Hi, it's Romola here from Create Family Calm and Essential Oils for the Frazzled. This video we are looking at back to school essential oils. So the kids go back to school next week, so I'm just sorting out my protocols and my blends that are going to support my kids and support me as we transition back to the school and the bedtimes, getting the bedtimes right, getting sleep patterns right, the waking up in the morning, being happy, being motivated to get off to school happy. So some of the oils that I'm using and going to be using. Firstly, I'm going to start with a bit of a nasty one, and that is Melaleuca, which we know as tea tree in this country. Now, when they go back to school, inevitably within the first week, you get a newsletter from the school saying there's an outbreak of lice and nits, and you go, oh no, this guy, tea tree, is your friend. So what you can do is you can buy, this is just straight up 100% tea tree oil, and you can put a drop of this in their usual shampoo and a conditioner, give it a good shake, give it, get a stick in there and give it a good mix. And they do not survive with the Melaleuca. So adding this to your kids' shampoo and conditioner is a really cool thing to do. If you have a detangler spray that you use with the children, again, a drop of this in there, maybe with a drop of something like rosemary, because rosemary is great for focus as well, and it sort of counteracts the smell of the tea tree oil, which can be quite potent, will really help you. And I can touch wood say that in the time my kids were at infant school, we did not have any. So tea tree, Melaleuca is your friend. So you can buy it. I say I'm a doTERRA wellness advocate, so all the oils that I use and recommend are purely doTERRA ones. So this one is the bottle, or you can get what they call a touch. Now the touch is still got the Melaleuca in it, the tea tree, but it's been diluted with fractionated coconut oil, which is this little guy, which means it's safe. I mean, Melaleuca you can put directly on skin anyway. It's one of the safe oils like lavender, but it's diluted. So this one is a handy one. So again, if nothing else, if you've got this in your handbag, in the car, on the shelf as you go out the door, if you just get the back of their neck, you're going to be getting that oil into their environments. So, maybe behind the ears. If they've got longer hair, you can always roll a little bit onto the hair of the ponytail. So this is a quick and easy way to again get that oil into their hair environment to keep those nasty little things away. So when that newsletter says we've got a breakout, you think actually I'm going to be okay because it's here. And again, using this sort of thing on hairbrushes, combs, anything that's going to come in contact is a really good thing to do, because again you're protecting your children from bringing the little things into the house and having to deal with an outbreak. So Melaleuca tea tree is definitely your friend when you get back to school. Other things that are really important for me to use are, where should we start? For me personally, my go-to oil is Balance. Balance is a blend of grounding oils, so it has got things like spruce, Howood, frankincense, blue tansy, chamomile in it, and it's already been diluted. So again, it's diluted already, so you can apply it directly on. Now for me, every morning I will put a drop, check the bottle, this bottle's nearly empty, behind my earlobes, and then rub a nose a little bit just across the base of my spine. And what this does for me is it sort of brings me in, pulls me in, grounds me, and it's absolutely, it's up there with my top 3 oils that I simply couldn't live without. So that's why the bottle's nearly empty. So Balance is a great one. It's great for kids as well. Again, similar protocol. They dab it on the back of their neck, put it on their feet as well. That's a really good one for feet and bedtime as well. But for me personally, the little dips behind my ears, across the back of my neck, is enough just to pull my energies in. It's grounding my head, my crown, and my higher chakras, if you like, and pulling them in and really grounding me. Made a huge difference to my life. This one has. Also, with children, particularly ones that are very busy, that lose their focus, again, Balance can be a really nice one just to pull them in. So that's Balance. Bedtime routine, also really important with kids to get that right. So I use different things. I use lavender. Everyone knows lavender is really good for calming. It physically calms the body, mentally calms it down as well. It's really, really good. So this I use in my diffuser, and the diffuser is like this. And what you do is you put the water in there up to the red line, and that little disc vibrates, mixes the water and the essential oil, breaks it down and allows a cold steam to come up. So it's a great way of getting essential oils diffused, which means they're going to go into the brain, into the limbic system, and have fabulous results there. So that's what I use at bedtime. So I'll use either straight up lavender. There's a doTERRA blend called Serenity, which is beautiful. Again, I might use Balance in there, and vetiver is my godsend as well. So and cedarwood can be good. So if children having trouble, if they're waking up, then the cedarwood can help keep you asleep as well. So they're oils, and I use different ones depending on how I'm feeling or how I think the kids are. So I'll have that in the diffuser on the landing with all the bedroom doors open. So half an hour before bath time, that will go on and create the smell upstairs, which will then be like Pavlov and his dogs. It's associating bedtime with when they go upstairs. So I will use those. Also after bath time, what I will do is I will massage some oil into their feet. Now with my son, I use vetiver. And I'll be doing a separate video on this. This really helps grounding. He has a really, really busy mind. He's always going, he's always analysing. And with vetiver, from the first time I used it, it was as if you just sort of see him shutting down and calming down and being still enough to then do like a little visualisation and have a story and fall asleep quite quickly, or very quickly actually for him. So that's what I use with my son. With my daughter, I'll use something like a Serenity on their feet. I also have a roller ball made up for her, which she puts a couple of drops of her oils that she wanted in there, and she will then just roll those on her feet, because sometimes she doesn't like her feet being touched, which is fine. So this has got a couple of drops of the essential oils diluted with the fractionated coconut oil, so it's safe for skin application. So by applying the oils to the feet, I would do a little massage in, and I do reflexology, but with my kids I use something called Aroma Touch, which is following the meridian lines, and it's usually like a thumb action and pressing all over the feet. So but even if you just rub it in and smear it all over, within 20 to 30 seconds of the oil being on the skin, it's entering the bloodstream. Within 20 minutes, it's in every cell of the body, doing what it needs to do. So it's going to go to those cells that it needs to do to calm and bring that sleep and relaxation mode in. So it's really quick actioning. With the coconut oil, it's like a slow release as well. So yes, within that time frame, some of the oil will be transitioning over through to the bloodstream, but some of it's going to stay there, and it will slowly like drip feed it into the body. So the coconut oil has multiple uses, as well as making the oil safe, really safe for children to have them on them. So bedtime, they're the ones I use. So diffuser, if you don't have a diffuser, you could pop it on a tissue, you could pop a drop on the pillowcases, you could put a drop on the pajamas if you wanted. You could anywhere you think that it's going to be able to go and be safe within for your child, just to help. So the pillowcase or on a tissue in the pillowcase is a really great way of doing it. And sometimes I will have it on my hands, and I'll literally just, because it's not greasy, I'll put it over, stroke the cuddly toy that's being cuddled. So again, it's a way of them getting the aroma benefits of it into their system. So that is bedtime. And what I will do is I will do this for myself as well. So when we go to bed, I will again, if the diffuser's already gone off, I'll put it back on again, put some more oil in, and I'll put something like Serenity on my feet. This has got lavender, chamomile, ylang ylang. What else has it got in there? Cedarwood, marjoram, which is good for muscle relaxant, Roman chamomile, and a bit of vanilla as well. So this is a great one for adults to put on their feet, to support your sleep routine and getting you into that space. They also do Serenity capsules as well, which I have tried on occasion, which are really good just to calm the body down. So think of your children, but also think you, because you need that good night's sleep as well. Now, seeing as I've just started sniffing, I'm going to talk about 2 other products that are really important for the go back to school. So we have one is doTERRA's blend, which is called On Guard, and this is known as their protective blend. And this has got fabulous things. I can't read it on there. So this has got wild orange, clove, cinnamon, eucalyptus, and rosemary in it. And these oils are have properties of protection. They can support your immune system, and they can boost your immune system, and they can fight fight off infections. But what they're doing is they're really protecting you so that the germs don't get in. So as you know, again, when the kids go back to school, usually within a few days or a week, either through the stress or because other people, there's just stuff going around, or they've got the air conditioning, or the rooms have just got yucks in them, germs and things, seasonal threats, they can start coming down with colds. And again, sometimes you do get those tummy bugs that go through as well. And On Guard is a fabulous one. So it smells really lovely. It smells sort of, with the cinnamon and the wild orange, it smells to me a bit like Christmassy. So it's really lovely. So this one is great applied to the feet. Again, with children, you're going to want to dilute it. So they have an On Guard touch bottle, which is already diluted and then safe for children to apply, or for you to apply on your child. Or you can simply have one of these and make your own little roller ball up. So put 2 drops of that, fill the rest up with the coconut oil, or any other oil that is unscented, like a vegetable or sunflower oil that's organic would be fine. And then apply that in 2 places, either over the feet, again at bedtime is great, down the spine, because again it's going to get into the body system there, and you don't so much have the smell of it, but you get the topical application. So the On Guard is a really great one to support I'm going to say immunity strength when the kids go back to school and all those bugs and germs start flying around. And again, anything you can do that's going to prevent your child from coming and bringing those nasty things home, excuse me, is going to be really good. So it's quite ironic that I've just, I just sneezed, but never mind. One other one I'm just going to share is Breathe. And Breathe is a respiratory blend. So it's developed with, let me just tell you, it's got eucalyptus, peppermint, melaleuca, so the tea tree oil, and lemon, and raven sour in it, and cardamom. And this blend is fabulous for when, if you've got a cold or a cough and struggling to breathe. So again, you can buy, I haven't got the little bottle out, but you can buy the bottles, or you can buy the touch, or you can make have the bottle and make your own little blend, which is obviously a cheaper way of doing it, but not immediately convenient. So this one, Breathe, different places you can put it: on the back, stroke, massage it on the back, maybe on the chest. You don't want to be getting this in there anywhere where the fingers are going to go, really. So the back's a good place to go. Another fabulous place is the feet. So I'm not going to get my feet out, but on this part, so just below your toes, is your lung reflex. So rolling it across there and across the top of the foot as well is a really great way, because that's working with the meridians, those energy lines of the body, and it will, although you're applying it to your feet and the lung reflex point, it's actually going to go and it will go where it's needed. That's the beauty with essential oils. You don't need to know where they go. The oils naturally know where they're going to go and where they're going to target and where they're going to work, and they will go to the lungs and they'll go and support that and support the respiration. Also good for snorers. So hubby snores down his back, down his spine, really good. So that's the illnesses. Now, the only other thing I was going to talk about is homework and focus. And I'm going to do a separate video on children who have a little bit more of an attention or focus issue. But in this one, I just want to share a couple of ones that I use that really, really help. And that is quite simply lemon and peppermint. Now, these two together, peppermint is a great oil for focus and for attention. So that's why, if you've got mints in the car when you're doing a long journey, having a peppermint can really, it's doing 2 things. It's giving you a bit of a boost on the sugar, but also it's giving you that hit of the peppermint, or it would be that I'd put peppermint in it. but the peppermint is great for focus. So again, for adults wise, you don't want to be getting this on your fingers because you don't want to get it anywhere near your eyes. But you could dab it on the back of your neck if you need a bit of focus, or again create your own dilution bottle. What I like to do is when we've got homework is I'll have a drop of each going in the diffuser, and that the aroma of that is really great for focusing because lemon is also really good for focus. So either diffuse them or you can create your little rolling ball, and again you can apply it onto the neck and things. Another great oil for that is the wild orange. Now I love wild orange. I have it in the diffuser at home at when the kids come home from school, when they're all they're tired, they're a bit ratty, they're probably hungry, and until I use this, it was not a pleasant couple of hours until they've got a bit of food in them and calm down after school. It could be quite a ratty couple of hours. And you don't want that. You want to be able to sit down and have some fun, have some cuddles with them. And wild orange is really great because the citrus oils themselves, they are mood enhancers. They boost your energies. They uplift your spirits and your moods as well. And so it's a great one to have going in this, like I say, we have it in our sitting room, in the diffuser when the kids come home from school, and it just lifts the energy. And actually it's also calming as well because it's uplifting and clearing. It's clearing that fogginess, and because when you are in that happier spirit, you are actually naturally calmer as well. So it's a really lovely oil. And again, you could mix, a nice thing to do for not perhaps for children, but if you as an adult want to, a drop of wild orange and a drop of peppermint into the palm of the hand, rub it together, keep your fingers away, breathe it in, 3 nice deep breaths, and then rub it on the back of your neck. And what you'll do is you'll feel like a coolness, and peppermint is a balancer within the body. So well, it's a driver, so whatever other oil you're using with peppermint, it drives that in, but also it is a balancer, so it balances your temperature. So if you're really hot, putting the peppermint on will cool you down. If you're really cold, then it's going to heat the body up. It's a fabulous oil. So I think, just looking at all the oils I've got in front of me, I think I've covered everything I wanted to do in this basic back to school. So if you've got any questions, if you've got anything specific, that you want to talk about, or anything, any specific circumstances that you've got, please drop me a message, comment on this video, and I'll come back to you. I can get samples out to you. If you'd like a sample of anything that I've shared, let me know and I will get a little sample out for you. I've got little, just looking at it, okay. So they're like little bottles, a bit like this one. This one is one I made up for my child. So the little mini roller balls, that cute pixie ball bottle. I can get these little samples out to you with a few drops of the oil, so you can have a go at trying them, and I can also share how to buy them. So if you are interested in any of these, then sign up to my newsletters as well. It gets regular information. Contact me if you want any samples. If you've got anything specific that you want to ask about, then please do ask, because I love to share the oils, and I shall see you soon. So that's Romola, Create Family Calm and Essential Oils for the Frazzled.